Alright, what's up, guys? So, Arrestflix has uploaded a video titled Cheating an Abusive Military Wife Realizes She's Been Caught Red-Handed. Caught doing what? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is she doing to where it's like, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this video. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Arrestflix for more videos like this. And with that being said,
On January 9th,
let's see
2023,
what
at approximately
happens.
11:05 a.m., a man arrived at a police station in Georgia to report a domestic dispute.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good, how are you? Did you call?
I didn't call anybody, but I talked to her.
Right. What happened?
So, my name is, can I start or?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Nate. I live in, I don't know if you're familiar with that area. So this morning, I have an incident with my wife. I'm in the military, I'm staff sergeant. And I already talked to the MPs and I talked to my leadership, my first line supervisor about the incident that happened this morning. And pretty much my wife and I were going through some disagreements right now, and she was hitting me.
Okay.
I know. Uh, um, I'm here because I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like worried about the consequences. So I don't want to kind of like lose my career or put myself in a position where my career is going to be jeopardized. I already talked to my first line too.
Yeah, that is an actual thing though. I have heard of it with especially with like, because if he's military. I have heard of it with government jobs where it's like stuff like this. If you end up going to jail, so like, yeah, let's say for an example, if she lied, said that he was putting hands on her, and then yeah, that he could lose his job behind that. And so it's like with government jobs, it's like that. I guess maybe with other jobs, it might not be like that. It could be like that. I don't know. Maybe there's are some jobs out there where they kind of go based on some government rules. If you've been arrested for a crime, then yeah, you're out of there. So yeah, it's like he did overall the best thing that he can do, and that's just go to the cops and see how they can handle it. But yeah, it's like collect evidence, and overall, it's like you wouldn't have to worry about, I guess, your career being in jeopardy. Because yeah, it's like there are people out there that are evil like that where they want to mess your life up on some silly stuff. So, but anyway.
And he said that he can put me in a barrack room and all this stuff,
Okay.
which is what I'm trying to avoid. When I talked to the MP, they told me the same thing. Even if I'm a victim, they pretty much the law favor the spouse. In this case, I don't know if you're familiar with that part. Though what I'm hearing is just, we started through the weekend. Um, Result of that, she was at the house. She came home yesterday she's in the reserve, so she came home yesterday from South Carolina. I wasn't talking to her. I cleaned the whole house and just minding my own business. And this morning, I was getting ready to take my kids to daycare on post, and both of them, and I put them all in the car, and I guess she was thinking that we were cool. She was like, "I was going to the gym in the afternoon," and I didn't tell her anything, so she kind of like went away inside of the house and closed the garage. So I was just getting ready to leave, and she opened the garage back and started talking to me, arguing, and then she started pushing me and in the face, and then she started gaslighting me. And maybe I was saying things that I was gaslighting her too,
Like what?
like ignoring her because I wasn't talking to her about. She was asking about. She was like, "Oh, I got it on video, but I'm not gonna show you until we finally talk." And then I was just,
What do you have on video?
I'm sure, I don't know if you've been through this before or years. I don't want to like mess up her career or like right now. I said right now she's at work and she think, like I said, she think that I'm bluffing about it. But I was telling her like I'm not gonna keep sponsoring the behavior that you're doing, which is pretty much right now out of social media. She's been talking to other guys, well, being married to me, and the reason why we went to social work before and we've been through it is because while I was deployed, she was cheating on me. So
he a good dude, because I'm like, God, them words wouldn't even came up out my mouth, him saying that he didn't want to mess up her career. I'm like, hey, whatever she does, she does. I'm like, you know, you put yourself in that situation where it's like, and he comes off as like he's a good guy. Like, you know, he just, he seems like the type of person, he just wants his peace and quiet, and he don't want to be arguing about random stuff. But it's like, I think that's like that with everybody. Nobody don't want to be in a relationship where you just out here just arguing about whatever and stuff. So yeah, I do feel bad for the guy, you know, him having to deal with some stuff like that. But yeah, it's like I say, you know, this whole police thing, he did the best thing that he can do, and so it's like if he felt the need to go to the police, then it's like he probably did it because he didn't want it to lead to something where it's like it could have been worse on his end, to where it's like something could have happened to him. So yeah, that's why it's like, you know, you guys at times, like in situations like this, you might feel uncomfortable whether it's going to the police, especially if it's like on some abusive stuff. You might feel uncomfortable doing that, but it's like you gotta think about it where it's like what's gonna happen if I don't go to the police. You see, so it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do at times.
Can you turn it sideways for me so it's bigger? Thank you.
There's like over.
Okay.
You got multiple videos.
So this is the first one that I kind of it was working out.
You can't just make it easy. Why do you have to be so difficult? Why do you have to be so difficult?
You can't make it easy.
I'm not. It could be easy for everybody. You just want to make my life miserable because you have this persona in your head, thinking that I'm cheating on everybody. And if I am, I would like to see proof. Because there's nothing. There's nothing.
You know, the thing is this. It's like when people, if she is cheating and then she's going to ask that question like, oh, where's the proof and stuff? I'm like, you think I'm a fairy? Like I can just make stuff just appear? It's all like, no, fam. It's all like you open up your messages and it's like you out here messaging other people. I'm like, there's my proof right there. It's like, if you're holding the proof, how am I supposed to show proof? You know, so yeah, I mean, if she is, then it's messed up. If she's not, then I'm like, that you did something to this guy to where he got some sort of trust issues, or maybe he might have been in past relationships where it's just, yeah, he has trust issues. And I think rather than sitting there arguing with them, I guess for me, it's like, if I built it up in my mind to where it's like, okay, I got the time to like prove to her that I'm not cheating, then I'm like, okay, if I'm like want to see a future with her, then yeah, I'm gonna prove myself. But if not, and I'm like, you know, this is just pointless. It's like I'm over here trying to work on a relationship. She's accusing me of cheating, knowing that I'm not. Yeah, it's just one, well, like me knowing that I'm not. But yeah, it's like if there ain't if we ain't going nowhere, then yeah, it's like, yeah, I just think it's best if we go our separate ways. You know, it's like I wish you the best in life. Again, I'm not cheating, but yeah, you know, it's like I'm not going to argue with you about it or like make you out as the suspect in the whole thing. And it's like, if you feel, my thing is this, I will be proving to it myself. I'm like, check my phones, check cameras, check anywhere. I'm like, you do what you need to do. I'm like, you need to attach a camera to me 24/7, do that. I'm like, but I guarantee and I promise you I ain't cheating on you. But anyways,
There's nothing. And that's what's funny.
it's like all I have, you know, if I'm ever in a situation like this where it's like I'm being accused of cheating, I'm like, fam, strap a camera to me 24/7. All you gonna do is see me recording videos, streaming, going to the bathroom, looking at TikTok videos. What else? Eating, sleeping. I'm trying to think, what else do I do there? Oh, I might go out to a store and buy me some sneakers. I might go, where else? Go to give me some video games at either GameStops or another store. You know, whether some other thing, exercise, you know, might stop off at the store, get me something, you know, some water, Gatorade, energy drink, protein shake, something. But I'm like, yeah, fam, you could, like I said, strap a camera to me 24/7. I got nothing to hide, all right? But anyways.
I'm not intimidated by you anymore. I'm not scared by you. There's nothing that you can do to intimidate me. Nothing. You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my kids?
It's like, fam,
Huh?
that's crazy.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm sick of you always trying to intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, she definitely got like some past stuff, because he doesn't, I don't know, like I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing in this video. Based on what I'm seeing, he doesn't come off as an aggressive person, you know. But then again, you got some people out there that put on some Oscar award-winning act to where it's like you think that they're not an aggressive person, but then they end up being an aggressive person. But I think that what it is like maybe it was just some past previous relationships or her upbringing, something to where she feels the need to say that, like, I'm not afraid of you, and pushing them being all aggressive with him. And it's like, fam, that's the wrong person. I'm like, that's a thing though. I had to say that's something I'm familiar with, where there's at times where people let their anger out on me, and I'm like, fam, you're letting it out on the wrong person. I ain't did nothing to you. I'm like, you're gonna have to let that anger out on somebody that did something to you. But I'm a pedestrian. I'm a bystander. I ain't did nothing. All right. So, but anyways.
So you guys change to the next relationship.
She's right.
Who?
Oh, she's showing up.
My wife.
Where is she?
The white car.
The truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sure she can tell that she's texting me and calling me.
Okay.
And she,
Does she know you're here?
yeah, because she's seen my location. Well,
Okay. Stay in here for
Oh yeah,
this
like
okay?
find my iPhone or something.
$25. Can I get another unit with me? I've got the other party showing up here at headquarters.
I've seen that video. It's
25.
like, yup, she going to jail.
Hello. Are you Kelly? Yes. Can I talk to you for just a minute? Okay. Hey, I'm Officer Moran. What's going on with your husband?
I mean, I'm sure you know his side of the story. It's
and I want to get yours. So
Yeah, it's probably true.
okay.
What he said.
What do you think he told me? Like, I'm just trying to get your side, okay?
We've been going through this for 3 years.
Yeah,
it's
it
just
sounds
not,
like it's
it
a rough
hasn't
time.
gone this far. I don't know. I'm sure he told you everything. He's really good at building cases against me. He's
Okay.
a very smart man.
Okay, so what from your perspective, what happened?
He knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me to the point to where I finally break, and then he does stuff like this.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, like in general, that this is like an ongoing thing. But what about today? How did he do that today?
Trying to threaten that he's going to have full custody of our children.
Okay.
Not say that exactly, but don't worry about it. I got it. The words that he says, I don't even know how to put it in word for word right now.
Okay. So you feel like he was provoking you?
Of course, he always does.
Okay, so how did the argument start?
He accuses me of stuff that's not true.
Okay.
And he sees tiny parts of little stories or little stuff that goes on, and then he makes this own story in his mind as if it's true, and it's not. And I don't know how much longer, or I mean, I can't even plead my case because he will bring up another thing on top of that. Can we talk privately at work?
Yeah, we can step off to the side here. We can't go inside right now. I'm not trying to have you put all your business out there. So he was accusing you of things, right?
Stuff that's not true, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. So, and then what happened after that? So you guys were arguing.
I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff. Can you just
I'm trying to get your perspective, because it's not fair for me to only get one side of the story when there are at least two sides to the story.
And the thing is this, like, let's just say that she really is the victim in this whole situation. Yeah, it's like the worst thing that you could do is give him evidence, because if you know that he's good at building a case, the worst thing that you could do is give him evidence to build that case. I'm not trying to use my own personal issues involved in this, because I feel like that what I'll get ready to say, it's not as big as what she's going through. But yes, there have been times, like throughout my content creating career, where there have been people that I get into it with, and then they, you know, I guess wait for me to react or do something so they can build up a video about me, you know. And that was one thing that I told myself. I remember in the beginning of 2020, I'm like, no, I'm going to just focus on myself. Whatever, however they go about their life, that's however they go about their life. And I feel that this is on some like actual factuals, is that when you take the time to focus on yourself and that person is nitpicking and you're just ignoring them, they're not gonna have no case. And it's like, then when I guess they do try to display this case, then it's like, I think even they'll get to a realization where it's like, I have nothing here. So it's like, where do I go from here and things. So it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you have to beat them at their own game. But yeah, it's like, if you are actually out here doing stuff and then you're trying to make yourself seem like the victim, I'm like, fam, that's messed up, you know. But yeah, it's like, if you are actually the victim in this situation, it's like, you gotta speak out, you gotta, like, you know, I guess like build up, like, yeah, beat them at their own game and build up a case of your own. So it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, he might be a smart person, but it's like, y'all got, the thing is this, you got the same brain as he does. All right, so it's like, yeah, he might have more than you, but it's like, okay, then it's like, if you feel the need or feel that you got less than him, like when it comes to being smart, then I'm like, okay, build up something of yourself, you know. So it's like, I'm saying, there's so many different resources out there where it's like, if you are, I guess, like going through some stuff, then it's like, yeah, it's like, I just, like I said though, beat them at their own game. So it's like, he'll realize like, oh, I'm dealing with somebody that's, you know, that's just like me, or she's, you know, I've put out stuff out there where she can, you know, use it against me and things, and so on and so on. So yeah, it's just one of those things though. But it's like, don't give them any, I guess, like, just, you know, like material and things. But anyways,
My son, I'm sick of, I was for so long a stay-at-home mom, living in his shadow, and I finally just am becoming.
Okay, stay right here for just 1 second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say, but give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, so like I said, there are at least two sides to every story, right? And it's not fair for me to only have one person's side, okay? I understand you guys have ongoing issues.
Can you tell me what's going on after this?
I am investigating a domestic violence incident. That's what's going on, okay? And what's happening right this moment is I'm trying to get your side, okay?
I don't know. I don't really have a side. There's nowhere I can go. He's trying to kick me out of our house. I cannot leave. There's nowhere for me to go.
Okay. Now he said you have like friends in the area. I'm not kicking you out of your house. Just to be clear.
I'm talking to the police officer. Mom, I know. I'm talking to the police officer. Can I talk to him? He has friends too. We both have friends.
Again, I'm not taking sides.
I know.
But...
I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
I have family that live on the West Coast in California and Nevada.
Okay. So you guys are arguing. Okay.
I'm like, no, it's like, that's something where I'm like, you know, I would, if I gotta give me a part-time job or something so I could save up my money, and yeah, if I gotta move back home, I move back home. It's just one of those things though where it's like, I'm not gonna give up, you know, or feel like, oh, there ain't nowhere for me to go. I'm like, if I gotta like find friends out here to live out, and I don't know, like, I don't know of her situation, and I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want to impose on people living in their house and things, but I'm like, hey, if it comes down between I guess, like, you know, imposing on a person where it's all like, you know, I gotta live with them for a little bit, or continue staying in a house where I don't feel comfortable, I think we know the obvious answer. And it's like, oh, just because it's like I'm used to this abuse, I'm like, nah, fam, nobody should be used to abuse. That's like something where it's like, that shouldn't even be a thing. So yeah, it's like, you do what you gotta do just so you put yourself in a better environment. That's if, you know, if she really is the victim in this whole situation. But anyways.
And is this how it usually goes? You guys argue and then it escalates?
No, I mean, we'll argue, but we're quick to get over it. It's just...
gotta seek a counselor.
Prior service. I'm military as well. I'm a reservist. I had my drill weekend. I just graduated the Drill Sergeant Academy in November. And from day one, I'm sure you know what we...
This is actually law enforcement, but...
Okay, well, yeah. Day one, when day zero, I'm sure you've seen shark attacks and stuff. We had, from day one when I was at the academy, he fought with me every day. He doesn't like when I leave because of a history that we have when I leave for military. So,
and that's got to be super stressful too.
Yes. I had my drill weekend this weekend. And I stay on FaceTime with him. I share my location. I answer all his calls and all his text messages in a timely manner that he would like. And I was at the gym, and I wasn't answering them fast enough for him.
When were you not answering?
Saturday.
Fast enough.
Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Gotcha.
And I'm like, he was at a funeral, so I knew that we weren't going to be really talking on the phone anyways. And he's calling and calling and calling, and I answer, and he hangs up, and he's like, check your text messages, and then hangs up again. And I see I wasn't responding to his text messages and answering his questions, which was, are you off for the day? And I said, yes, I am. Everything okay? What's going on? And he's just like, why aren't you answering my text messages? You're leaving me undelivered. I don't know what reset the phones did, because his phone did the same reset. The red receipts are not on anymore. And like the sound changed for our phones for like ringtones and stuff. For some reason, it was a weird reset. Maybe other stuff happened, but those are the two that happened to both of our phones. So I don't know why my red receipts were off. His are off too now. And so he was mad that my red receipts were off. And so I still stayed on FaceTime with him, stayed on video, because he wants me to FaceTime him 24/7 when I'm away from him. And I was on FaceTime with him, but it just still wasn't good enough for him. And so it just started an argument from that day, from that moment, around 4 o'clock. On Saturday. Until midnight. He was saying he was going to himself. He had my kids with him. I was gone. And I just, he's loco. And so we argued that entire night, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't do this. One of my drill sergeant leaders from the academy, we follow each other on social media. He swears that just because we're friends on social media, that I'm and it's not.
Yeah, you know, you got some relationships out there like that where the significant other doesn't want you being friends with somebody of the opposite sex. Now, I guess, I don't know, with me, I don't care about that. Like, if I feel something weird is going on, it's like, hey, I'm going over to their house 3 a.m. and stuff, and I'm gonna be gone for a few hours. I'm like, that, what? I'm like, you woke me up out my, I'm like, what you, and yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that's not, I'm like, okay, so can I come with? I'm like, you know, to just see what's going on. Like, no, you can't come with me. It's like, no, it's like I gotta go by myself with things. I'm like, yeah, something ain't right. You know, it's like, if it's one of those things, because it's like, you gotta ask yourself that question. It's all like, okay, if I'm hanging out with this person or whatever, whatever it is that I plan on doing, would I be able to do that in front of my significant other? No. So that should be a sign and indication right there. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't be hanging out with that individual. But again, you know, people out there, they like to cheat. If you out here cheating, it's one of those things. It's like, if you got somebody good at home, you know, waiting for you, it's like, there's no reason to be cheating and things. But anyways, but yeah, it's like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's all like, I don't know, I guess with me, I don't care. Like, if you, because the thing is like, I know with me, there are some female friends that I have where I grew up with them, you know, or it's like it's like we have like a bond to where it's like we could talk to each other about things. Now, yes, you should have that bond with your significant other, but I'm like, there are some days where, you know, I was kind of going through it and this friend was there for me. I'm not gonna be like, oh, sorry, can't be cool with you no more because my significant other don't like you, you know. And it's one of those things where I would let her know that too, where it's like, if you got some like male friends that you're cool with, I'm like, fine, be cool with them, just don't do nothing behind my back. That's the only thing that I ask for. And if you are, then I'm like, I don't see how this relationship is gonna last. And I imagine you want that same thing with me. It's like, yeah, and if it's one of those things where, you know, and I just see it like with TV shows and stuff and movies, and I'm pretty sure it's based on some real life stuff where it's like, oh, the friend comes on to the person that they try hiding it from their significant other, and then there's this big blow up at the end of the movie or TV show. I'm like, nah, not me. I'm like, I'm straight snitching. I'm like, I'm going straight to my wife and be like, hey, yo, that individual made a move, get on them. I'm like, and I imagine that they would do the same for me. It's like, if, yeah, there's an individual that they came on to them and things, so on. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you just gotta have respect for the relationship, and then same, like, that's talking to the friends, and then, you know, to the significant others, like the people that, the couple, it's like, yeah, you know, you just gotta have respect for your guys' like relationship and things. So, But yeah, you just got some people out there where it's like they don't believe in that. It's like they just go out cheating anyways, and then yeah, that's how you end up in this big giant like fight and stuff where it's like yeah, it's like it's probably best that you guys just aren't with each other. But anyways,
chase at all. And I tell him, because he's so crazy and he reaches out to every single guy that likes a picture on my social media, like, what do you do? What are your intentions with my wife? Why are you guys friends? Tell me. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I tell him, if you think that, like, reach out to all these people. At the end of the day, I'm a reservist. That drill sergeant leader is a reservist. He has a lot of connections. Who knows the networking that he and I can do in the future?
Right. So you can't have any male friends.
He doesn't I cannot have male friends. He does not understand that. And so it just, one argument led to another, and I'm just like, I'm done. And then he's telling me he's kicking me out the house and all this stuff. So I know how crazy he can get. He has locked me. He has emptied my bank account. He knows he's taken professional hacking courses. He knows how to hack into anything that I have. I do not have any personal identity outside of him because he gets into everything. He's a professional hacker in the military. So
they got things like that.
He financially.
I mean, I guess like it does make sense, but I'm like, dang, but they could. I imagine that's probably against like protocol though. Like you can't be using that stuff for your own benefit. Like military, yes, but at home, nah, bro. That's something where I'm like, I don't know, because I know people that do work for the government in some sort of way, and whatever it is that they have like that's owned by the government, they can't be using it for their own personal usage and stuff. So that's why I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm like, you're gonna have to call like whoever is in charge like over him and things, and I guess like open up an investigation with the stuff that he uses. I mean, I guess yeah, he could like. But I don't know, like, I imagine that there's probably a thing on there, like not a server, but it's like there's some sort of way to check and see how many times has this, like, program or whatever has been used, if he is using it for his own personal benefit. And if they ask and that he, his story ain't adding up, then it's like, yeah, he could be the one losing his military job. But anyways.
So paralyze me, like, doing this in ways that I cannot overcome from. He, over a period of time, would ask me my security questions of my phone, like, oh, for example, my name is Niall. They called me that as a kid. What did they call you? And I was like, oh, they called me Gabi. Boom, my security question. What is your childhood nickname? What if my first car was this? What was your first car? I told him, oh, what color was it? Boom, another security. He's so smart.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm being tested sometimes or not, because it could be just an unusual conversation.
I've thought of stuff like that too, where it's like, I guess like just with me as a content creator, because yeah, there'll be some people that'll want to like, there was one guy, I remember he was asking me some old personal questions, and I'm like, fam, I don't know you to be telling you the answers to them personal questions. Yeah, you got some weirdos out there. So it's just like, yeah, if it's just like some off the wall questions, don't answer it. Even if it's something where it's like, like if you just feel it in your gut, that question ain't normal, don't answer it. But anyways.
Right.
So that
makes you super paranoid, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah. And he has tried to kick me out multiple times. He has emptied my bank account, taken my keys, taken my phone, put tracking devices on my car. I hacked into anything of my phone, my work phone, anything, my computers, anything.
So you have no privacy.
I have no privacy. And I just am so angry that he was trying to do that again to me this weekend. And
what specifically was he trying to do this weekend?
Like, he plays mind games, and I'm kind of catching on to how he plays. He will make up a little scenario and play that scenario as if it's a real story, as if something really happened, as if he knows already. Like, oh, I already know you did this, so why don't you just tell me? And it's like it never happened, but because you know of maybe a snippet that I know that person, that where that person works, and maybe I've been in the same location as that person, he puts his own story together as if like I already know this happened, but it never happened. But that's how he thinks that he can catch me and other people in lies. And it's just, this morning he was playing mind games with me and with me.
Like, how was he doing that? What was he doing that about?
Telling me he wanted me out of the house by the time I was done with work, that I'm not going to be living there anymore. Pretty much just trying to keep me out of the house. Telling me, like, and I was trying to get the kids ready because we both mutually get them ready, take the kids to school and everything. But he wasn't letting me help get them ready. And I was like, okay, well, I made them breakfast, what are we gonna do? Like, can I take the kids to school? Like, what is the plan this morning? Because, like, and he's, don't worry about it, I got it. Okay, but, like, I mean, we have an infant. And I'm just like, okay, what's the plan when after work? Are you picking them up? We usually go to the gym every day after work. I said, what's the plan? Like, are you picking them up? Or are we going, don't worry about it, I got it. You're not in the picture anymore. And it's just like, it's the mind games. Like I want to be just as involved, but again, what he accuses me of is what he's doing. I'm trying to play this perfect narrative to everybody else, but he's trying to play the perfect narrative.
So what did he accuse you of today, if anything?
Oh, having sex with multiple men over the weekend, entertaining other men in my DMs. People tell me, my stuff is really locked down. I added people that I went to the academy with. I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I have a right to have them as a friend.
Yep.
If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks, but I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let's go on a date, let's like, it's just like, thank you, and then that's it. If they try to go further, I don't let them, but
I don't know, because I guess with me, if I don't know, like, even I find myself doing that, but I do that too, where it's like, if, you know, it's a friend that I'm cool with, I see that, you know, that I know that they're in a relationship, I'm not gonna be having no crazy or weird conversations with them, like, I'm seeing that for myself, so, yeah, that's something where it's like, you know, you gotta blame the individual, like, if they are out here with bad intentions messaging you, knowing that you're married or in a relationship, whatever, then it's like, yeah, you know, then it's like, that's just something where it's like, you gotta check them on that, but they should know too, it's like, okay, they, you know, like, they are in a relationship or married, whichever, but it's like, I shouldn't be, you know, getting involved in that and things, so it's like, but I don't know, like, I mean, I find myself doing that. It's like liking a friend's, story or post or whatever. I mean, yeah, if they're in I didn't think that was a bad thing, but I'm like, fam, that's how social media works. I'm like, I don't know, like, I guess, like, that, you know, it's just something where I'm like, I never thought of that, but at the same time, it's like, that, fam, it's like, that's how social media works. It's like, you post something, people like it, you know. It's like, what are you gonna do if it's like, if they're like a social media influencer and you got like, they got like thousands of people? It's like, that's the crazy thing about it though, where it's like, it don't matter whether the girl's in a relationship or not in a relationship. It's like, yeah, you know, that she's gonna have guys following her. It's like, check out, like, any, I guess, talking to the guy, it's like, check any female content creator that exists. I guarantee that, and that's in a relationship, I guarantee it, I promise you, she got just weirdo dudes that's, yeah, they just bypassing the fact she's in a relationship, and then, yeah, they just sending her some old weird messages. So it ain't on her, it's like, it's on the dudes that, if she is entertaining it, then yeah, then it is on her. But if not, then it's like, fam, it's like, she can't, I just think that that's like the downfall of women being on social media, is like, yeah, you are gonna have some, like, creepy guy following you and things, but anyways.
Yeah.
But just because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, nothing has gone further than a compliment. But because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty and say, you need to respect that I'm married, don't tell me I'm pretty, he has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds exhausting and toxic. And I'm sure it.
And then on top of that too, it's like, if so, like, yeah, like, I don't know who she is, but I imagine that she probably got, well, I'm like, if she's going through what she's going through now, it's like, she probably ain't got no pictures of her husband and things. But yeah, it's like, I imagine if it's like a good, healthy relationship, you got pictures of, like, it's, and yeah, they got kids too, you probably got like whole family pictures of you and yeah, and your significant other and things on your social media account. So it's like, fam, if that's there, then I'm like, then yeah, that's just weird on the dude for, like, but I mean, I don't know, like, I just think that because I ain't never, like, comment underneath no girl's post, she's in a relationship, talk about, oh, you're pretty, you're this, you're that. As far as I go, I like it and things, and that's about it, you know. But other than that, it's just, I guess, like, I don't do things like that, you know. But it's like, you know, yeah, I guess, like, you know, there's just people out there, they're different, so it's like, you know, they have their way of talking with people, and I'm like, with me, I just have my way. I guess, like, talking to a guy out there, where if you see a girl in a relationship, don't comment things like that, just, you know, out of respect of her relationship. But I mean, if it's like one, if I don't know, I guess it's just, it's something where I'm like, again, I can't tell or control people on how they talk. I guess if you do comment that, be prepared to deal with a boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you are, where they are gonna question you about it and things. But anyways,
pushes you beyond your limit. Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine dealing with that. And it's extra hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And that makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
So has it ever gotten physical with you guys?
Multiple times.
Okay. What has happened in those?
I should have filed domestic on him before he did me.
Well, what happened in the other times?
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video.
Mm-hmm.
He's locked me in my closet. I mean, physical abuse. He won't let me leave, so he'll grab me, put me up against the... He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me. He's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was like 2020, 2021.
What else happened?
I mean, I put my hand on him. I'm sure there's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. I saw our security camera.
Did you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
Kelly.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw videos. I'm sure you guys have proof.
But again, I need your side.
You're hearing my side.
Okay. But here's the thing. If there's just a video of you going up and hitting somebody, I'm not in your mind at that moment. I'm not hearing what's going on with your thoughts. Okay? I'm not...
It's just always, he tries to make me fearful of him. He tries to intimidate me. He's manipulative. He plays psychological games with me. And I don't know how to combat them the proper way.
And that's when it turns physical?
Yes.
Okay.
He messes with me so much and
Yeah.
threatens that he's going to make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation because I want to leave.
Yeah.
So he's going to make sure he does anything possible to get any documents on me to hurt me so bad that at the end of the day he's the winner. And it doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No,
Like,
it shouldn't be that a win or lose situation.
it's like, my thing is this. I'm like, if it ain't working out between me and the mother of my kids, I'm all like, all right, let's just, go our separate ways, but we got to be there for the kids. I'm like, throughout anything that they're going through, if we can't be there for each other, I'm like, we got kids, 1 kid, 2 kids, I don't care how many kids. I'm like, even if it's on some stuff where it's like, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and, let's say she already had kids prior before our relationship, and but we ended up breaking up, if those kids look at me as a father figure, I'm like, even if they're not my blood kids, like, I still will be there for them. Just, it's like, okay, well, I know their actual father isn't in their life, so I'm like, I'll help them out. Even if it's with those kids. I guess with me, it's like I can't be that individual where it's like if I see kids in a struggling situation, then I'm like, okay, well, they're not my kids, so I ain't gonna help them. I'm like, nah, it's like I'll help out and things, be there for them in days where if they need a father figure, then I'm like, I'm available. I might not be no actual father, but I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, so be it and things. But anyways,
A game, but I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he acts like that, when he makes you feel like you couldn't be independent,
we have done counseling, and they've said if you feel like it gets to that, if you're gonna probably put your hands on him, if it's gonna get violent, you need to be able to walk away. And I used to be able to leave, but he made it to where he would take my car keys, he would take my cell phone, take my debit card. He would make it to where I couldn't leave.
Yeah. Did that happen today? Did he
No,
take any of your
no,
stuff?
but that's just his pattern.
Yeah.
Like, he's smart. He got me good today. He set it up perfectly to where it was right in front of our cameras. He's so smart.
So did you put your hands on him today? I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right. There's no reason why.
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, you can only be pushed so far.
It's messed up because it's like now it's like going back and watching the video where she's like, I'm not afraid of you. Then it's like, because my thing is this, it's like maybe she was thinking like, okay, this is happening in front of the cameras, like I'm gonna play it out like, you know, this has been going on. Then yeah, when the cops get involved, then I just tell them this sad sob story. But I'm like, I don't know, I don't think people will be thinking that far ahead in some, you know, beef that you have with your significant other. But I mean, like thinking of that video back, then it's like, dang, you know, maybe all this stuff that she's saying and all that, it's like, it's the truth. That it's just messed up that you know, that she got the worst end of it and things. But anyways.
Did you just lose your cool? You said in the past you've been able to walk away.
I've tried a couple of times until he made it to where I wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Like,
and
take my
were you?
keys.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, he's done it. I've been able to walk, but I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
My friends have spouses, their own lives. Like,
I'm like, and if it comes down between staying in that household or living with them friends, I'm like, hey, so be it. I'm like, I will like chip in. I'll try not to get involved with you guys. I'm like, you know, or I guess get in the middle of what you guys got going on. It's like, I'll just stay to myself. But it's like, it would be something where it's like, I guess I would try to explain to the friend, like, you know, it's like, if you were in that situation, I would want to help you out. So I'm just saying, it's like, you don't have to. I'll go elsewhere. But yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure that there's a friend that would be like, hey, no, like, I know you told me this. So yeah, it's like, you're more than welcome to stay over here. You know, then when you can't get on your feet and, you know, stand 10 toes strong, then so be it. But yeah, it's like, it's just something where I'm like, you know, you shouldn't have to live like that. But
yeah,
I have nowhere to go.
So you feel trapped?
Of course.
Did you feel trapped today?
It's not even that I felt trapped today. It was just like, I hate that he wants to get the last word, and I don't care about letting him. It's not about getting the last word or not. It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
That he was going to ruin my military career. That he was going to, which he's done already in the past, contacted my chain of command before, that he was going to mess up my career, mess up the guys' careers that follow me in like my Instagram stories and my posts.
Yeah.
And I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right. So, assuming it did get physical today, what happened just prior to it getting physical?
I just want him to know that I'm not going to continue to live in fear of him. I'm not afraid of him. I'm sick of him thinking that I am going to live in fear of him.
So you just wanted to show him that you're not scared of him? Okay. And that's why you put your hands on him?
Can you just tell me what's going to happen?
Well, I have to finish investigating what was alleged, okay? And then we'll make that determination. I'm not trying to like play mind games with you or dance around things, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you something that's not going to happen, okay? So hang out right here for just a minute. Let me talk to my partner over here, okay? So what's your plan for going forward in this relationship?
I've been asking for divorce for 2 years, but he got
What stops you from filing?
Money. I've been contacting people all morning. I had a feeling he would do something like this.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I don't even know the first
no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, live with a friend, build, like, get your money up, and then, you know, like, yeah, contact the divorce lawyer, see how much it would cost, see how much it would get to have it where it's like, you know, you get 50% of the kid's time, he gets 50% of the kid's time, or however you want to negotiate that and things. But yeah, it's like, you know, just like work on yourself, so then eventually you can start focusing on other things.
I don't have support. I don't have family. I don't have anything.
Okay. I'm gonna have you step down here, okay? Put your phone down. Turn around and put your hand behind your back.
Dang.
Right now you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act, okay? Put your hands towards each other like you're praying. Yeah.
Like you're praying.
Based on the evidence,
Dang.
she was arrested and charged with 2 counts of simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act.
That's messed up. That is messed up, you know, but that it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, it's the thing is this. I feel like that a lot of times, you know, you are going to be, well, maybe I shouldn't say a lot of times, but it's like it is going to be a situation where you might be in a relationship where the individual thinks that they have a power over you. That's not how it should be. You know, you shouldn't be, it's like you got power over yourself and then they got power over themselves. It shouldn't be no, oh, I got power over them or you got power over me. It shouldn't even be like that, you know, but it's like, yeah, on some like joking stuff, then okay. But on some like real life, like, no, there ain't gonna be no, you got power over me and I'm supposed to just take that. Nah, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you feel uncomfortable in that relationship, you gotta leave it, you know. And it's like, because if you stay and continue, it's like as soon as the first thing goes down, you need to ask that individual, and yeah, they might lie and say, no, this is gonna be a one and only thing. And I'm like, okay, give them that second chance. But if they mess up on that second chance, that's where you just gotta abandon ship. Now I know that might be a difficult thing to do. You might have love for that person, you might be scared, you might be, but at the end of the day, at least you tried to leave, all right? So it's like you put in that work to leave. Yeah, you might not have the money, you might not have the friends, you might not have the family, but still, it's like that shouldn't just be a sign or like a way of you telling yourself like, oh, now I got to give up because I ain't got these key things to leave. It's like, fam, if I got to go out there with no clothes on, and it's like, yeah, she takes on, I'm like, so be it. You have everything that you need to have, but I'm like, I'm leaving this relationship because it ain't healthy, and I ain't trying to get stressed out and die of a young age because I'm stressed out in this relationship. It ain't going down like that, you know. And if we have kids, I'm like, I'll be there for the kids, and she's all like, no, you ain't gonna be able to ever see your kids again. I'm like, okay, well, I'll fix that with a simple court visit. So I'm like, if I gotta, you know, build my money up and all this other stuff to, you know, give my kids the environment where it's like, okay, to in a judge's eyes, then it's like, okay, it's like, you know, you got a healthy environment, you seem like a good parent, blah blah blah, I'm gonna give you like partial or half custody of the kids. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like you ain't gonna just have control over my kids and things. And it's like, fam, I put in some work that day night whenever we decide that we want to have kids. I'm like, yeah, you know, you might carry them for 9 months, I was carrying them my whole life. So yeah, all right, that's like, maybe that's just, you know, getting a little bit too personal, but still, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's like there isn't no such thing as control over another person. You got control over yourself and I got control over myself. But one thing for sure that's not gonna happen is you gonna control my kids. I'm like, my kids want to see me, my kids are going to see me. All right, if I gotta do some James Bond, cut a roof through the house, sneak in through a rope and grab my kids, then so be it. But it's like, yeah, it's like one thing, you can't stop a parent from seeing if they want to see their kids, they should be allowed to see their kids. All right, so, but anyways, yeah, it's just, it's messed up, you know. If she is the victim, it's messed up on her part. If the guy's the victim, it's messed up on his part. Whoever's the suspect, that's just something that they got to live with, that you tried to put that other individual in a bad spot, you know. So, but anyways, but if you guys haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Arrest Flicks for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.